Good morning, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Monday, August 22nd, around 1 p.m. Mountain Time 2022. Flash flood reports are in. 2,825 reports so far this year. But the big story, snow in August? Keep calm. It's going to be a rough winter, folks. Yes, it's true. There was snow up on Pikes Peak yesterday, and some of the earliest snow in quite some time for Pikes Peak here, happening just towards the end of August here. And the ECMWF seasonal forecast is showing above average snow in the purple zone. So heads up in those regions. It's looking like a heavy snow season for the Sierras, as well as the Rocky Mountains and the upper Midwest. And the Northern Plains. It's insane. Flooding is taking place across southeastern New Mexico and many regions, and rescues are happening.
New Mexico has seen a lot of rain over the weekend, and all of that moisture is causing big problems in southeast. New Mexico has seen a lot of rain over the weekend, and all of that moisture is causing big problems in southeastern New Mexico. Now we're getting a look at what first responders are dealing with. Let's get right to News 13's Gabe Chavez. Gabe, they've been busy in Dexter and Ruidoso.
That's right, Stephanie. A Dexter man is safe tonight after being rescued from the top of his car after it being swept away by raging floodwaters early this morning.
And once everybody was comfortable with the plan, I myself entered the water and went to the individual and got him secured.
Rescue crews say the man's car was swept away about a half a mile away from the crossing where the road meets the river.
So this is one of the many areas, including Ruidoso, where we had Squatterman with flooding that has shut down roads. And Duncan is being evacuated due to flooding. Take a look at this. This is the Gila River at Duncan, and this is the latest reading. Record flooding there, and so the river is now crested and is coming down, but it's still at moderate flood stage, sitting at 21.9 feet. It peaked at 22.54 feet, and people are being evacuated because the water level is well above flood stage at the Gila River. And there could be more rain coming to that region as monsoon flooding is happening everywhere.
Area that's getting way too much rain, way too fast. This is a look at Moab, Utah, where we saw some flooding last night unfolding as folks were, again, leaving this building. It looks like the parking lot completely flooded out. You see people carrying their children to their cars. You see also cars pretty much stalled out. This is an area that is under a flood watch once again, and that flood watch does extend throughout other parts of the state.
More flood watches and warnings. Flash flooding at Carlsbad Caverns yesterday. Take a look at this. Forced the evacuation of 160 people. That could have potentially been blocking off the roads there. So Carlsbad, 160 people had to shelter in place for hours at Carlsbad Cavern National Park in New Mexico due to flash flooding before they were evacuated on Saturday. So Denver also breaking the 64-year-old daily rainfall record. According to Boulder National Weather Service, Denver received 1.14 inches of rain on Sunday as of 7:15 p.m., breaking the all-time 64-year record at the airport. So, more floodwaters coming as floodwaters overtake trucks and cars in downtown Dallas. I just checked out the reports. Dallas has broken the all-time rain record. It has already over 9.5 inches in the last 48 hours. Rain is coming down at the rate of 2 to 3 inches per hour in some areas, and it's insane. Let's see what she has to say about the totals.
Current rate is, I should say. We're going to see how much rain we've seen so far here in just a moment. This is showing you the last hour, the loop of radar over Denton County, and we can see some of that moderate to heavy rainfall there, that moving into Collin County, but south of the Metroplex as well. We have Johnson and Ellis County with some of that heavy rain, that band of heavy rain now moving towards the southern portion of those counties. Johnson County also flash flood warning until 1:15. We're seeing that very common there. The band of heavy rain extends from Hamilton into Hillsborough, then into Ellis County. That will continue to progress towards the east as the day continues, which is why we will have that flood risk highest east of the area later today. So here's an area of low pressure that's now right over here, and this will continue to push this rain towards Not completely ruled out, but we're already seeing some of that heavier rain move out, so it'll be on the lower end of the scale. Higher amounts definitely towards our east, 2 to 4 inches of rain, not completely out of the question this afternoon for portions of East Texas. So as this rain progresses to the east, we're going to see that being reflected here on our timecast. This is around 2 in the afternoon. We see some of this heavy rain moving towards Hillsboro, portions of Canton, Tyler, Jacksonville, Athens. That's where the heaviest rain will be mid to late afternoon. We'll see it kind of drifting towards the south with some lingering showers still across the Metroplex as we deal with the ongoing flooding. Overnight, we'll still notice the cloud cover, we'll still notice some scattered showers, and then that rain kind of completely tapers off by the morning time, but does not completely go away. Rain totals.
Look at
This
those
is as of the
totals.
last
It's
10 minutes, so
absolutely
this
insane.
Could have changed because it's still raining out there. DFW Airport has picked up just over 9 inches of rain in the last 24 hours. Dallas Love Field, about 8.8 inches. White Rock Lake on the northern side, 7.7. This could be different on the eastern side of the lake, by the way. Fort Worth, right by the airport, 9.47, so almost 9.5 inches of rain there. Arlington, over 8 inches. This is along the northern side. South Arlington has seen a little bit less. Let's talk about how significant this is, though.
Absolutely biblical.
Our rainfall daily record has been...
You can see the 24-hour rainfall, 9.02 inches there. Holy macaroni. August rainfall so far, almost 10 inches. The second wettest August on record and the wettest month since October 2018. So it's extremely wet in Texas. And Texas isn't even one of the main states reporting flash floods this year. Arizona coming in number 1 with 467 flash floods. Kentucky 208. West Virginia 187 flash floods. Amazing. And it's getting chilly here. This last week, it certainly feels like winter. And it's August here. It's the earliest winter coming I've ever felt. And the Farmer's Almanac is predicting early signs of snow as well. So let's see if it's going to live up to its predictions. The Farmer's Almanac is declaring the north central region of the U.S. a hibernation zone this winter. And it's going to be cold. And it's not going to be, it's going to be wet in the south. Take a look at the flash flood warnings. Now expanded from yesterday quite a considerable amount. This is a multi-day flash flood threat in the southern plains into the lower Mississippi River Valley. A multi-day heavy rainfall event is in progress. We just showed you over around 9.5 inches in Fort Worth. And we warned you yesterday, Dallas-Fort Worth, you're going to get hammered. So this multi-day rainfall event is in progress. It is not over, and it will continue across parts of the southern plains, may produce instances of more flash flooding. Heavy rain will progress relatively slowly east towards the lower Mississippi Valley tomorrow and Wednesday, and there are chances of heavy rain over southern New England as well. So heads up, it seems like spring, and there is the total precipitated moisture, and it's looking like it's going to be lots of flash flooding in Louisiana and East Texas, continuing throughout the week. So heads up if you're in those regions. Seismic update, no quakes of note. Good news, all is quiet across the country. Now, we do have a new sunspot here that has rapidly grown over the last 6 hours, and it's producing some flares, and it is Earth-facing. So we could play this through, and you could see the rapid growth of that sunspot region. Kind of amazing. And we even have the video in 103 angstroms. And you can see this region rapidly growing as it turns Earth-facing, and it's pretty active, crackling and snapping. So we're going to keep a close eye on this over the next 24 hours as AR 3085 faces Earth. And so that could be kind of spicy because telemetry is still high. Plasma wind speeds up at 500. Everything is high. So if we get any space weather coming in soon, we'll definitely have geomagnetic storms. Now, a lot of people have been asking about the effects of these solar storms on weather. Well, the solar wind, in fact, and Earth's magnetic field simultaneously influence weather. And this paper coming out the 12th of August of this year explains that connection. The simultaneous influence of the solar wind and Earth's magnetic field on weather. And there is a direct link. Worldwide volcano news update. We've got a couple of upticks in volcanic activity, including Semi-Sepulchnoi and the Aleutians, where the volcanic alert was raised to orange after a vertical column over 10,000 feet blasted from the mountain yesterday. And they're just normal activity worldwide. Nothing impressive, especially happening here in Iceland, where we can see the volcanic tremor has dropped off about 24 hours ago, but has recently been rising again. So the eruption may reactivate, but there is really no evidence of anything. There is no eruption happening live here in Iceland. So, bad news if you plan to trip out there. Here is the seismic map of the Reykjanes Ridge. It's also not looking very active. Now, asteroid Ryugu. They collected samples from this asteroid, a Japanese team, I believe. And the scientists analyzed the samples of asteroid Ryugu, and they revealed the presence of microscopic grains of ancient materials that are older than the sun and Earth and our solar system. So pretty fascinating. Pre-solar stardust detected on asteroid Ryugu. And this baby, well, that asteroid might be extremely old. So there's a score for the team that landed on asteroid Ryugu and is now, well, doing some thin section analysis there, it looks like. Now, have you heard about this? The man who wants to release thousands of woolly mammoths into the Arctic? This is an interesting story. What could go wrong? Now, this is actually scientifically correct. Look at this. Woolly mammoths, the iconic giants of the last ice age, went extinct 4,000 years ago. Many people think it was the Younger Dryas event, but in fact, that is incorrect information. In fact, woolly mammoths lived on some isolated, I believe, Siberian islands until just around 4,000 years ago. But now one company is trying to revive the species, or at least something resembling it. And the scientist at the head of the project envisions thousands of these woolly mammoth-like animals roaming the Arctic. And the company is called Colossal Biosciences. It's a startup launched by tech entrepreneur Ben Lamb and renowned geneticist George Church that's aiming to resurrect the woolly mammoth, or more accurately, to create a genetically engineered Asian elephant that could withstand the cold and would have the core biological traits of the extinct mammoth. Kind of fascinating. The company now also announced this week, I'm sure many of you heard, that they're working on the de-extinction of the Tasmanian tiger. Now, while not an exact replica, the hybrid animal would look just like a woolly mammoth and be capable of inhabiting the same ecosystems, maiming humans, and stomping you to death. So that'll be a real fun park to visit. Now, won't it? Now, bad news here. Oil inventory is the lowest since 1985, and it's a bad omen for winter. I hope you got a lot of extra change saved up for your heating bills, or you can cut down your own wood and keep yourself warm. Oil has dropped 10.66% this month, which is good news for the price at the pump, but we don't have any oil in reserve, so that is a touchy situation, especially if something bad were to happen on Earth. And we know that we're waiting for something bad to happen. Now, Elon Musk, in his latest meme tweet, says that the Large Hadron Collider is demonic to an extent the world has never seen before. And there's the tweet. Wonder what he knows. And that's a boom to knowledge. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Share this with like-minded people. And become a Patreon. Support the work we do. We love you. Be safe. Crestone this weekend. That's a boom.